What's up everyone, this is SaberWolf94 and I decided to cover today the rest of Burning Shadows. I did a review on the Burning Shadows set that we're going to get pretty soon, but that was the way it is in Japan. I'm going to cover the English exclusives that we're going to get, and re-mention most of the key cards, the main good cards that you're going to get from this set. This set is pretty powerful. It's even more powerful with the new cards that they decided to include. And there's a lot of attackers and a lot of Pokemon that have the potential to be very good. So some of the key cards, we have Vileplume. Like I said, this Pokemon is a stage 2. If it's active, your opponent's basic Pokemon can attack. This is obviously one of these abilities that can get too broken, that can completely lock out your opponent. And because it's that they can't attack at all, like even if they have an attack that can attack on the bench, like hit your guys on the bench, they still can't do that. 140 HP is just okay, and the attack isn't all that great, but the ability is pretty powerful. And the attack, at least, it has that, auto status condition always, like if heads is always sleep, and if tails, they're always confused, so that's decent. Then we have Tangrowth. This Pokemon probably isn't very good, but I like it. I like stuff like that. It has Giga Drain, basically a 1 energy attack, and as much as you deal, you heal. So if you put Choice Band or, something like that, I guess Muscle Band if you use this in Expanded or something, you heal a good amount. You'll be able to heal like 60, and it has 140 HP, so that's actually kind of good. Okay, then let's cover Ledian. I didn't cover this. This wasn't in the Burning Shadows set in Japan. It comes from like another, like from I guess other sets that they combine for the English release and stuff. So, not really special. Swift, 1 for 30, not affected by anything, not even weakness, not really going to cut it. And Comet Punch, flip 4 coins, 40 damage times the number of heads, not that good either. Heracross, basically a Focus Sash for an ability. Let me see here. Salazzle GX, okay, this is one of the cards I didn't cover. That's going to be in here. Stage 1, 200 HP. Okay. Diabolical Claws, 50 damage, times the number of prize cards you've already taken. So this is good, like, not exactly late game, as once you get like 2 prizes, it does like 100 damage for 2. So this is a strong, very strong attack. Like as soon as you get 3, he's doing 150 and shit. And Heat Blast, 110 for 2. That's also very good. Pretty, consistent base damage for 2 energy. And then Queen's Haze, discard all energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. So this is like a super energy removal shit. So yeah, this is very good. This is probably, like, now that I look at it, possibly the best GX card here. Maybe even more so than Noivern, but we'll have to wait and see. But it's fire, so you can even use Kiawe, the new fire supporter. I mean, of course, it only requires 2, but yeah. Quite good. And okay, you don't have free retreat, but good card for sure. Then we have Alolan Ninetales, one of my favorite Pokemon. So, ability, prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon by opponent's EX and GX Pokemon. Luminous Barrier. So we've seen this before on Suicune, we've seen this before on what's it called, Sigilyph, and other Pokemon. Again, one of those abilities that you can lock the opponent out. if they have no out. The attack, 3 for 80. It's gonna do the job. It's kind of like Suicune's a little better, that with a little support, if you hit for weakness, you can do stuff. 110 HP, stage 1, not bad. Kindra, as we said, I really like this Pokemon. This is probably the best stage 2 Pokemon for me in this set. I don't think there's anybody that can top this guy. Yeah, it would have been better if it had like 150 HP or something, but the attacks are just, they're too damn free, they're too damn fast. Does 90 for nothing, basically. And it can hit the bench too for 120 if you choose to discard. Gyarados, another Pokemon I really dig, modeled after the Stormfront Gyarados. Get a bunch of Magikarps in the grave, do shitloads of damage. It's not going to be free like him, but at least you can use double colorless energy. 150 HP, stage 1, fantastic. Tapu Fini, okay. So this Pokemon looks absolutely fantastic, like not even the full art. No doubt my favorite of the fucking Tapu like Guardians. Again, this wasn't in the isn't in the Japanese like dual set. You know, it got released in another set over there, and we're getting it bundled in our English release. So Aqua Ring does 20 damage. You may switch this Pokemon on your bench Pokemon. Okay. So this doesn't do a lot, but the hit and switch tactic has been a thing for quite some time. I mean, it doesn't do as much damage as Donphan or Gengar, or, you know, it's not like Cursegar back in the day, but, I mean, actually, maybe it can be. I mean, it depends on your partners. Hit and switch, and then, depending on what you switch to, can really, like, fuck up your opponent's strategies, really annoy your opponent. But, you know, it's there. So the other attacks, Hydro Shot, discard to water energy, attach to this Pokemon, and 120 to an opponent's Pokemon. So it's 120 snipe, and you discard to. Decent, not good as it used to be. Especially thinking about other GXs like Salazzle and stuff. But I guess it's basic. And the Tapu Storm. Shuffle your opponent's active Pokemon and all cards attached to your opponent's deck. If your opponent has no bench Pokemon, this attack fails. So you can't do this to auto lose your opponent, to make him like auto scoop. Still, this is still a good attack. You can still like pull this off anyway. Like, I don't know, like I guess if there's a way to put damage counters on a Pokemon on your opponent's bench, kill him, and then... Oh no, wait, actually... No, you can't do that. But still, it's an attack to think about. It's something. Decent card. Not really the best. I think the art is the best thing about it. But you never know what can happen. Raichu. Yeah, this is the guy that you play him, auto paralysis. I think this can get quite broken. You know, you can maybe make a deck around this card. You can use him as a support Pokemon. You can use shit like Devolution Spray and stuff and scoop up. So, yeah, this card has the potential to become quite a pain in the ass because it's auto paralysis. It's not really a coin flip. I mean, even if it was a coin flip, you can do stuff like scoop up and shit. Okay, then we have Electivire, another card that wasn't really, it wasn't included in the original set. So, Thunder Punch, 60 damage, flip a coin. Stack does 60 more damage. If Tails Pokemon has 20 damage to itself. Not that great, because even if it did like 3 for 60, it's still shit. So the fact that there's a chance to do 20 to yourself is ass. And I mean, I guess if you flip heads, 120 is decent, but still. And Giga Impact, 170 damage. This Pokemon can attack during your next turn. Okay, we can work around that, but Stage 1, 140 HP is good, and this attack is definitely, is actually very good. I mean, you can power this quickly with Magnezone. I'm glad it's going to stick around in the next format. And because Stage 1 is easier, it's not like 2 Stage 2s. You know, and we can use like a Zoroark to switch around and stuff in switches. I mean, 170 and you can kill most Stage 2s. And, you know, for the big guys, you just use Extra Belt. The only thing that, you know, is going to survive are things like the Stage 2 GXs. Or I guess Mega Pokemon and stuff like that. But I think it's kind of good. I dig the second attack for sure. Slowking. Another Pokemon that I didn't cover. Drift Ashore. Search your deck for a card and put it in your hand. Good support attack, but you want stuff like this on basic Pokemon, like early Pokemon. You don't want to fucking evolve and start doing shit like this. I mean, I guess maybe it can come up. I guess depending on how good the second attack is. Unarmed, 110 damage. If you have no cards in hand, this Pokemon can use this attack even without the required energy. Okay, something with potential. 3 for 110 isn't the greatest thing in the world, but, you know, it's okay. It could have been like 3 for 80 and shit like this, and 90 and what have you. So for 110, maybe you can do something with it, I don't know. I mean, if you can pull this costless, then yeah, then it's great. So I guess it depends on your deck. If you want to go handless, 120 HP Stage 1 is okay. So Viper, this is in the Japanese set, but I didn't cover it. I was skimming through some cards, and I didn't cover this guy, but I should have, because he's not bad. The ability is basically put 1 more damage countering an opponent's poison Pokemon between turns. So this is like, well, I don't want to say a Verbank City Gym, but I guess kind of like that, yeah. Maybe it's a little better because it's not a stadium. Maybe you can keep it around much easier. It's not going to be as much as Verbank City Gym, but I think it's more fair. Verbank City Gym combined with Laser was broken shit. The attack doesn't really matter. It's basically a 3, 4, 30 and poison. Not that great, but if you use this, well, Ariados is gonna rotate out. Sadly, a Pokemon could have been used with a lot of these cards from this set. But, you know, if you're gonna use poison strategies, maybe having this guy is good. It's basically 1 damage counter per turn, so I think it's good. We already covered Dusknoir. I'm not sure if this is gonna be even better than Kindra, because if your opponent has a full bench, it does like extreme damage quickly, like you can pull 150 and 180 damage more efficiently, and you know, hitting for 1-hit knockouts, you know, is usually better than, you know, doing it in 2 hits and sniping it around and doing stuff like that. But because Kindra is so much faster, I'm not really sure if I want to say this guy is better, but they're both very good Stage 2 Pokemon. Let's see, what else? Machamp BX. Okay, big guy, 250 HP, Stage 2 GX. Cross Cut. Does 60 damage if your opponent's active Pokemon is an evolution Pokemon. 60 more. So evolution Pokemon are much more like common these days because GX Pokemon are stage 1 and stage 2 these days, as it should have been, like the way the old EXs used to work. So it's gonna be doing 120 damage for 2 quite often, I would say. And 2 for 60 isn't bad either, anyway. You know, you can use strong energy and shit like that with them too. So the first attack is a good little quick attack. Doesn't work with 1 energy, but, you know, it's still quick with 2. And Muscle Punch, 180 damage. This damage isn't affected by resistance. And, well, wait, this is the GX attack. So yeah, it's 3 for 180, not affected by resistance. You're only going to do this once. So with a little support and strong energy, this is killing anything in 1 hit. Even big GXs, like possibly with even 240 HP and shit. So yeah, and Bedrock Breaker, 130 damage for 3, and discard any stadium card in play consistently. So good Pokemon. I mean, the tough part is going to be to accelerate energy, but because we have max elixir and shit, I think it's more reasonable. It can instantly attack quick with the first attack anyway, so good Pokemon again. Another good GX. Lunatone and Solrock. I'm not sure if I want to cover these guys. If you have Solrock and play both Pokemon, yours and your opponent can't be healed. Okay, interesting, but you need to have both guys. And Solrock, draw 2 cards and 40 for 1 if there's a stadium. Yeah, not very good. Lucario, for stage 1s, like not counting GXs and shit, this guy's also like, he's either this guy or Raichu, the best one, but they're both very good. I feel this guy can do a lot if you use Scoop Up and, you know, Devolution Spray and these strategies. You know, he's also a fighter, so yeah, the stuff that I said in my review. Lycanroc, this guy's included too. Oh yeah, cool. Dangerous Claws, 30 damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon is a basic Pokemon, 60 for 1. Alright, not bad. You can use strong energy and shit. It's a stage 1, so okay. And Corner, 90 damage. If any Pokemon can retreat. Decent Pokemon. I'm pretty sure it's going to be outclassed by Lucario and other Pokemon, but at least it's a much simpler Pokemon to use. Keep in mind that Lucario is good because of cards like Devolution Spray and Scoop Up, and or however the new Scoop Up is called, I forgot. You know, shit like that. And strategies like this fall in the category of gimmicks a lot of the time, so it can either be good or it can be good, but it won't be consistent. You know, Pokemon like this are at least simple. You know, you're going to be doing your 1 for 60, you know, stuff. And then you got the other guy. Just a 2 for 30 and 3 for 100, 110. Not very special. I covered Machado GX too. This is basically like new, so I think anyone that's played the game for at least a while knows that, you know, this card is going to find its place. I mean, I guess there's never a guarantee, but it's definitely useful. It's definitely a good card. Weavile. I don't think I covered this either. Dark Awakening. 60 damage to every Pokemon player that has an ability. Okay, so this can get broken. I mean, obviously it can do nothing as well, but it also has the potential to get broken. If your opponent just has 2 Pokemon, that's 120 to everybody. Not everybody. I mean, like, they could be on the bench. That's kind of it kind of acts like a snipe, you know. And even if they have one, is 1 for 60. And the other attack is 2 for 70, quite decent. Darkrai GX. This guy, you know, Darkrai has been good throughout history, from at least 5th generation onwards. It's been good. Well, great. So I read this card, but I don't remember what it does exactly, so let me see once again. So Resurrection, once during your turn before you attack, if this card is in your discard pile, you may play this card to your bench and attach 1 darkness energy from your discard pile to this card. Very, 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 very strong. So just because of this, I'm just going to go ahead and say this card is good. Even if the attacks are shit, you know, bringing a guy from the discard pile and put energy on him is like you get some sort of energy acceleration. You can do energy switch, you can do all sorts of things, kind of like with Ho-Oh. So, and it doesn't even require a coin flip. So this is very fucked up good. So Dark Rift, the first attack, 130 damage, not affected by resistance, similar to a Machamp, is a good, you know, 3 for 130 attack. Okay, and Dead End, GX attack. If your opponent's active Pokemon is affected by a special condition, that Pokemon is now knocked out. So, auto knockout for a Pokemon with a special condition. So, yeah, when I read this, yeah, maybe it's a good thing that I just got rotated out, because, yeah, this can be a little too broken. It's basically an instant knockout on anything. You know, you do this on a GX or EX, you automatically get 2 prizes. So this guy is good. He's dark. There's a lot of partners, as per usual with dark Pokemon. Yeah, he's good. I don't see a way for him to be killing things in 1 hit besides the GX attack, like the Darkrai from Breakpoint. But, you know, the ability is good, and this card is gonna see play. It will find its place, I think, in the meta, or maybe it won't, but people will try. You know, Darkrai is a cool Pokemon, a lot of people like it. I mean, me included, is in my top dark Pokemon, like top 3. So, people will try it. Maybe it'll be good, maybe it'll be a tier 2 deck, but the ability definitely is very good. Gardevoir EX. I didn't mention this before, but this Pokemon is great, but I do want to mention that 230 HP is a little on the low side. I'm not like too used to with the HPs on GX Pokemon and stuff, like I get confused and I forget, but normally you'd want to hit 240 and 250, I think. So 230, you know, it's still, it's not like it's low as shit, but just want to mention that. Still a great card though. So Noivern, yeah, this is a very good Pokemon too, and now that I read this on Pokebitch, it's confirmed that it's items, it's not tools. So this is gonna be like fucking Seismitoad EX. I fucking hated that card for as long as it was there. You know, it's bad enough it's an ugly as fuck Pokemon, like to me. I like Palpitoad and the first guy, but you know, they kinda fucked it up with anyway, I digress, but you know, this guy is going to be good. He's worse in some regards than Seismitoad, but he's better in a lot of ways too. He's got more HP, even though he's a stage 1 Pokemon. He's not a basic, but he has more HP. The attack does more damage, and you can still like auto charge him with a double dragon energy. He's fucking attack that does 120 damage. Sonic Volume is probably better than the other attack Seismitoad EX had. It doesn't hit your guys and it does 10 less damage, but your opponent can't play special energy, so that's even more disruption. And has a GX attack too, which can fuck things up, like doing 50 to everyone. It could win you the game an attack like that. So yeah, and it has free retreat too, which is one of the things that made Seismitoad sometimes a pain in the ass. It was his retreat cost. You don't have to worry about that. So this guy is gonna be like even better, or at least just as good as Seismitoad EX. Hypnotoxic laser and stuff like that isn't around, but because he does a little bit more damage, I think he's gonna be alright. I mean, you know, you got Choice Band too and shit. I think Choice Band works on EX and GX Pokemon too, right? Yeah, I think. Porygon Z, man, I fucking love this Pokemon, and this art doesn't look that bad, but it looks good actually, but this is a shit card, sadly. I mean, I've been waiting for a while for Porygon to be good again, or decent again, but Akerola, this little girl. So this is basically AZ, or Auto Scoop Up, but one of your Pokemon that has any damage counters on it, and all cards attached to your hand. But it has to be damaged for it to work. So I guess they made this so maybe you can't do shit like abuse abilities and stuff, and I guess do shit like what I said before with Raichu. I mean, there's still cards that can do that, you know, pick up the card and put it in your hand and play it again. But I suppose they didn't want to go full ham, and so they made this card like that it requires for it to be damaged. So I guess you won't be able to use it, at least easily, with Raichu and shit like that, but it's still a good card. It's basically Scoop Up. And, I mean, a lot of the times when you want to use this card, you want to pick up somebody that's damaged and put it back. Okay, so Lana. Lana is also here. Heal 50 damage from each of your Pokemon that has any water energy attached to them. Okay, this might be good. This is like a Storming Sea. I'm gonna miss that stadium, I'm not gonna lie. But it only works for water, and it heals 50, but if you time it right, if you have a bunch of guys injured, it could save your ass. Mount Lanakila. I didn't cover this either. I don't remember if it was in or not in the Japanese, the dual Japanese sets. But it basically, the retreat cost for each basic Pokemon is 1 more. So I don't really know if you're going to use this, but... And Olivia. Great cool chick. Rock. Like gym leader. Well, and that's not gym leader, but, you know. Cool girl. I like this character. Has a lot of personality. Search your deck for up to two Pokemon GX, reveal them and put them in your hand. So I suppose we are gonna lose, or actually we already lost, I think, Pokemon Fan Club, maybe, not sure. So this basically grabs 2 GXs. So we also have Brigitte, which is great, so we should be good. Good supporter. I say this card see and play is one of those grab basic Pokemon supporters. You know, they're always decent to very good cards. There's a lot of item support, like I think Nest Ball that grabs you a basic and stuff, but you know, still good. Sophocles. Well, this guy, discard 2 cards from your hand. If you do, draw 2 cards. Not that great, but well, it actually is perfect for Gyarados again. If you want to ditch guys, I guess, and you wanted this sort of draw, type of card, I guess maybe. To me, it should have been like, since it's the raw ones that are just draw and no discard are like draw 3 cards. If you're gonna make this draw 4, you should discard 1 card, not 2. But whatever, okay. It's there for people that are gonna use it. I'm pretty sure it's gonna see play on the decks that, you know, the decks that want to discard and they want a supporter that discards and draws, and in the right deck it's gonna have its place. So Super Scoop Up, okay, so they changed the name, or maybe they didn't, I don't know. At least on Cerebi it changed. Weakness Policy also gets a reprint here. Wishful Baton, okay. If the Pokemon this card is attached to is your active Pokemon and is knocked out by an attack, move up to 3 basic energy cards from the Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon. Man, so this is a super, like, experience share. But you attach it to the guy that you want to die to get the energy back. Man, in ways, this is even better than experience share. It actually is. I mean, for experience share to be, like, super good is like you have to kind of keep the guy on the bench around for a long time, and a lot of your other guys, for them to get knocked out with energies, so you can get a lot of free energies that way. But this, I mean, you instantly get 3 when you die if you have them. So, nice. This is a good card for sure. I'm sure it'll see play. Tapu Bulu GX. This guy's also kind of cool. I mean, all the Guardians are cool, to be honest. Horn Attack, 1 for 30. Nature's Judgment, 120. You may discard all energy attached to this Pokemon. If you do, this deck does 60 more damage. All energy to discard just for 60 is a little too much. Maybe it would if it was 2. I would have said okay. But, I mean, I guess if you want to do this, it does 180. Is that, you know, kind of magic number that kills GX and EXs in one hit. Is not as essential as it used to be, because a lot of Pokemon today, as I've said, they've got 200 and over HP. And, I mean, I guess with Choice Band you can still kill them, but I mean, you get what I mean. It's not like it used to be. But it's good. And it's actually, you don't have to discard the energy, and you can still do the 120 for 3, which is good. So yeah, this is a good attack. It's a decent attack. And Tapu Wilderness, 150 damage, heal all this Pokemon HP. Right, okay, so this is great. This is fucking good, I'm not gonna lie. If you don't kill this guy in one hit, you waste a bunch of attacks on him, and then he gets healed up. You really push back in the game. Yeah. Ho-Oh GX, I covered this card. I think it's beautiful. Not one of the best cards, so at 190 HP is great, but yeah, reading Salazzle and, you know, Noivern and shit, they're gonna have competition, both this guy and Charizard. At least you have that supporter though, Kiawe. Tapu Fini full art, looks very good. All of the full arts. I mean, look at this shit. Lycanroc GX. Oh wow, so this guy, okay, does he not have a regular print? I don't think I saw him. Well, okay, so Crunch, 2 for 30, discard an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Doesn't do much damage for 2, but auto discard is good. I will say that. Axelrock is 120 for 3, and the GX attack is 200 damage, discard 2 energy attached to this Pokemon, but 200 damage is gonna kill most shit. So that is good. That is good. He's a fighter, so you can use strong energy. So, another Pokemon with good potential. Darkrai GX. Looks pretty fucking sweet, as usual. Yeah, I get all of full art. All of the cards, Sophocles. I don't want to say this card is beautiful, but it's cool in some way. Sophocles full art. And I think I covered just about everything. There's a choice band secret rare too. Yeah. And Darkness Gold card. So as I've said, this is a very strong set. There's a lot of cards. I think there's something for everybody. There's, good, big GX Stage 1 Pokemon, Stage 2 GX Pokemon that are good. Regular Stage 2s like Kindra and Dusknoir, they've got potential maybe. There's some basic Pokemon and stuff. Good, like, trainer reprints. And, like, new cards. And just overall, I think is a strong set. Like, most of the sets we've had so far are always, like, pretty balanced, pretty strong. They bring something to the table. Pretty fair, I guess. This is a good thing. I'm really glad that they're doing things like this. It's been a while since the game has some sort of, people are going to misunderstand when I say balance, but I think people will understand what I mean too. Like the old EX sets and the DP sets, well, most of them anyway, where they were pretty fair. Like, a lot of Stage 1 and Stage Pokemon could compete on a fair level, even though some of them are better than others. But you guys get what I mean, hopefully. So this is my, I guess, second review, if you want to say that. Hope you guys enjoyed, and good luck with those pulls. What's up?